Hey everyone, Zilla here. So, there's this thing going around all over YouTube and all over TikTok called that vegan teacher. She's caused a ruckus with a few awesome people, actually, a lot of awesome people, including one Gordon Ramsay. As you can see in the title, it says, Gordon Ramsay, stop encouraging people to steal. And I'm really intrigued on what this is about.
Welcome to class. Guess what?
I just got out of school. You really gonna put me back in class?
There is a community violation on my channel. You see that? That just happened a little while ago.
I
Do
wonder
you know what
why.
I did
No,
to get this punishment?
something bad.
I was a good person. I tried to save animals from being harmed. I know. Sounds
Explain.
crazy, doesn't
Please
it?
explain. Please
You know,
explain.
there's an expression in life that says, no good deed goes unpunished. But you know what? It's not worth looking at that expression. Because if that's the case, you'll never end up doing anything good because you'll always be
That's
afraid.
not how this scene
Have
goes.
no fear.
It's no good deed goes without reward. I don't know the saying anymore. I
Though
forgot.
this video will most likely come back. I made an appeal, and TikTok usually has some level-headed people in there
What does
who
that
look at the
mean?
video and say, okay, that was not harassment. That was simply one female talking to another. And that's what I was doing in this video.
I would love to see that video.
Let's go back and I'll give you a little explanation about what I'm talking about. So Gordon Ramsay is a guy who is on TikTok, and he's a very
He's not only on TikTok, he's on TV. He has his own show.
famous
Respect
chef, and
him.
he has lots of followers. He has on his account here 19.7 million followers. Can you even picture how many people that is? It is
Yes.
so many people, I can't even imagine. Try to picture them in like a stadium or something. It would be, I don't know how many stadiums full.
14.
Just so many people who follow him because they like the fact that he lets them feel good about paying for the rape, the torture, and the murder of innocent animals.
What does she mean by that? A word? The R word? Um, we don't do that. At least we don't. Me and my whole neighborhood. We go check on. We go to the ranch every weekend, and we don't do that. When we go back, an animal's pregnant. We don't know how. Or actually, we do. Birds and the bees. But did we cause it? No. Okay, I might have contradicted myself there. I said we only go on the weekends. No, we go every day to feed them, and then we go make sure they have water and everything's okay. But we mostly spend the weekends there. We do not do the R word to them.
Animals. He says, hey, keep doing that. No problem. And the reason I don't have as many followers is I'm saying the opposite. I'm saying, hey guys, let's stop. Let's stop hurting these innocent animals.
He's not. Uh, is he saying that directly? I know you're
And
saying
let's have a
that
beautiful
what you're
world
saying right
going
now is
forward where we
directly.
grow crops
I need a.
and we
I need a pause when speaking.
protect the environment and we stop the pain and the suffering. And people are having trouble, but they're coming along. I mean, I have 1.7 million followers right now, but that can't even compare to how many he has. And in this video that 19.5 million people saw, these are some farmers who are saying thank you to Gordon Ramsay. Now, I took two of these farmers and I made videos dedicated towards them. I didn't have time yet to do all of them. I don't know whether I will. But the gentleman at the beginning, he is saying thank you to Gordon Ramsay because he's saying, you know, we really appreciate that you are giving us the green light to keep hurting these innocent cows. You see, there's a tag on that cow, a number.
Let's explain. Reason people, we as farmers, have tags on the cows, especially the cows, so that we have an ID number. That ID number is for that one specific cow. In this case, we actually have longhorns, and we don't kill them because that's the state that's the state's like own animal specialty special animal. We don't harm them. We have them even on the longhorns, but that's to keep track of who's who. It's normally like a 3, 4, or 5 digit number.
Number. He will betray that animal by putting him or her on a truck
Cows are she's,
to be slaughtered. How can we do that to anyone?
and that cow, the animal back there with the tag is actually a cow. You can tell by the head, where the head is. So if you look at the front or the side of their heads, generally male cows have horns on their heads, like longhorns have them on the side of their heads, and they grow out in a shape. Or bulls have them in the front, where they kind of like crest. So it's a cow, miss.
And you might be thinking to yourself, it's not anyone, it's just an animal. But that's not how animal rights activists see them. Because we have seen their eyes and we have seen their personalities, and we know that in all ways they're important, they are no different than children. They deserve their right to live. They have feelings like us. They want
Agreed.
to play like children. They want to be free under the sky and not.
Um, they are technically under the sky. We don't always just keep them cooped up in one little area. We let them roam because we have fencing.
Not chained. They want to have
Excuse me? We don't have animals chained up.
sunshine. They want to be with their families. In the concentration camps in Auschwitz, they did this to animals. They branded them as if they were objects.
Hold up. I'm gonna pause the recording. Okay, so I did a bit of research, and they did. But they mostly branded humans. Now, let's travel back in time. Eight, 1850 was it? 1932. Texas. And another cattle state, Montana. We branded the animals that way if they ever got lost, we'd know where they are. Like I explained earlier, that's why we have the tags on their ears. That way we don't have to burn our branding symbol into theirs. Now, since I live with my grandparents, theirs would have been the SR, because their last names are Cerna.
And we need a better world going forward. And that's what I was trying to explain to this man. So I made a video for him, and I made another video for the woman. And the video for the woman that you're going to see just briefly for a moment there is the one that was banned. That video was banned. And I was speaking to her woman to woman. I said, as a female, do you really think it's okay to take babies away from their mothers and to steal their milk? Is that okay with you? It's not okay with me. And I said, is it okay with you? Look at this woman here. That's her. It went by very fast. She's sitting beside a baby cow. And if it's a boy cow, it will be murdered for veal.
There's no such thing as a male cow. That's called a bull. Or here in Texas, as we refer to them as longhorns. At least try and get your animals right if you want to protect them.
If it's a girl cow, she'll be removed from her mom so that we can steal.
Again, there's no such thing as a male cow and a female cow. Cows are female, no matter what. Their bulls are males and longhorns are also males. Except longhorns are native here in Texas.
Can steal the milk. Now, my main message to you all who are listening is that how we should go forward in society is follow our own rule, which is that stealing is wrong. Everybody knows
Um, my own rule is that I have to eat at least 2 pounds of meat a week. Otherwise, I get really sick from the loss of protein. If that's actually something I have to do. Otherwise, I get really sick.
that stealing is wrong, right? We
Yes.
learn that from the time we're small. We know it's not okay to take things that aren't ours. So
Yes.
let's keep that same mentality when it comes to the animals. Let's not steal their lives.
Technically, we're taking. If you say we're stealing their lives, we sound like a reaper. A reaper, like a grim reaper. I'm gonna steal your life. Shing! We're just taking their lives.
Let's not steal their freedom. Let's allow them their dignity.
I'm not sure what your name is, but I'm gonna call you Miss because your name is literally teacher. So, Miss, have you ever seen the show James Patter's Zoo? That's what would happen if we let the animals free.
Their own bodily autonomy. And let's stop breeding them into existence.
We don't breed them.
There are absolutely billions of animals who are on this planet that shouldn't even be here to begin with. It's because we have taken them and artificially inseminated them.
I can quite kind of agree with artificially inseminating them because there are like crossbreeds, like I was saying earlier, longhorns. From one of the or from one of the tribes. I think it was the Comanches, and a British bull, or well, it's a British cow. I'm gonna call it. They crossbred, and the longhorn was born. But what you're saying is basically we're getting them from space, and then we're breeding them with earthly animals. Please
That's a
elaborate.
nice way to say that we raped them, and that
Miss, that word means we made them do it, or physically did it, made them physically do it. They did it on their own, to be fair.
and that's not okay.
They did it on their own.
These people may seem like nice people to you, but the reality is that they
We are nice people.
betray these animals.
Okay, so I tried to do an earlier recording, but it ended up being like 40 minutes long. And I knew nobody was going to watch that. I'm at 13 minutes. Oh, God. Um, I don't remember what I was
And
saying.
they sent them on trucks.
Oh, yeah. We don't portray them. We gain a little bit of trust. That way they don't hurt us. We don't gain too much trust because then we grow attached and don't want anything to happen.
Afraid. And then somebody sticks a knife in their throat.
Not true. I would know because. Bye bye.
Instead of growing those crops and feeding them to the animals, we feed them to ourselves. Lentils,
Nope. The animals will feed it to themselves. We don't necessarily feed them that. They go, we leave it there for them, and they just go eat it.
Beans, rice, chickpeas,
That's chicken food.
all of these things, healthy fruits, vegetables, nuts, and seeds for us.
I did not know she was going to say that, but I mentioned something earlier like this in my previous recording. A lot of people are allergic to nuts.
We do not need meat. It has been proven. We do not need meat. We do not need to drink the milk from another species. We don't need to drink cow's milk. That's a myth that you've been taught. We do not need to steal eggs from chickens. We don't need to steal from animals at all. And if we have enough people that believe that and have faith in that, then going forward, we can also save the planet. Because the ecological footprint that happens when we exploit these animals is horrific. On TikTok, I do whatever I can to get the world's attention. Now, obviously, I would rather just sit there and talk nicely to people and have them pay attention. Unfortunately, it doesn't work that way. You got to do a song and a dance and be crazy and do whatever it takes to get people's attention. And then when the attention is there, then you maybe have the chance to get them a little tiny bit interested in what you're saying of that's of substance. So TikTok, in case you don't know, has short videos, and here on this video I took 15 seconds to try to get through to Gordon Ramsay that what he's doing is not okay, because he made fun of me in a video. He made fun of an animal rights protector. What kind of a man does that? What kind of a man
A man who likes meat.
goes on his show in front of his huge audience and decides that he's gonna laugh as he bites into the flesh of an animal? It's obscene. What he could have done, what Gordon Ramsay could have done when I appealed to him to stop chopping up animals in his videos and to instead find recipes that he cooks that come with fruits and vegetables. He could have said, you know what, vegan teacher, that's good. I'm going to try and think about that going forward. And you're right. Slowly but surely, I will start to make all of my recipes vegan. He could have done that, but he didn't. Instead, he acted like every 13-year-old does and just showed himself eating a dead animal in front of me, which then propels millions and millions of other people to do the same. How does he sleep at night?
Because he's tired. That's how he sleeps.
He
Actually, no.
has a lot of
Okay, scientific. The way a man, or human in general, sleeps is with this little thing in their head called melatonin. Now, when you're in the dark, it activates and helps you feel drowsy. And then you fall asleep. That's how you fall asleep.
charm and charisma, his blonde hair there and his blue eyes, and he just,
You sound like you really have like a thing for him.
walks around. And we have to be very careful not to be fooled by the exterior of somebody. Look what's inside. And it might seem like he's a
What's inside is guts, organs, bones, and lots of blood.
good guy. But is somebody who steals a good guy? Is somebody who
Somebody who steals that girl's heart. That was relevant.
promotes stealing a good guy? I don't think so. I think somebody who promotes love and not stealing is a good person. And that's what animal rights activists.
He promotes love I don't know what you just said. He does that for his love of food. Can't take that away from the man.
Are doing. There's no reason to hate them. There's no reason to have any vegan phobic behavior. In this video, I'm basically appealing to Gordon Ramsay to stop hurting animals, and I do it in a way that's. If I could serve Gordon Ramsay anything to eat. So she's basically trying to make a joke. See, I don't dye my. Thank you all.
So basically, she went in saying that what she was saying. Basically, she just spoke of the same thing for a few minutes. Anywho, if you guys want me to do another video, leave a like, hit that bell, hit that subscribe button. If it's red, please hit it. Make it gray. I mean, I might be colorblind, but I've heard one of my favorite YouTubers, Preston, say, hit it from red to gray. If it doesn't say, if it says this and it looks like this, you want to hit that. I'm gonna unsubscribe, but to where it says subscribed. Do not do this. Just leave yourself subscribed. Like the video. Go down and comment if you have anything you want to tell me or want me to react to or do next. Thank you everyone for watching. This is the third upload of the day, probably the last. I don't know. Depends on how I feel. I love everyone. I gotta do some editing. I love everyone who has watched this video. Thank you. Your support right now is helping me for a good cause. Bye bye.